Dear online friends, Christmas and New Year's Day are fast approaching. I'm wishing you all a happy holiday season and a healthy, joyous 2021. I hope that in the new year, the pandemic will be eliminated and the world will recover as soon as possible. I hope you will take a few minutes to let me share how to understand today's predicaments and resolve today's difficulties through Buddhist thought and wisdom. I know that this global pandemic has brought inconvenience and hardship to many people. Some people have lost their relatives or even their own lives. It's heartbreaking. Buddhism says that when people come to this world, they come to experiencing many misfortunes to cultivate themselves. In China, there is a saying that 9 times out of 10, life will not go the way you want. In the long and short journey of life, we will inevitably encounter various difficulties and pains, and all kinds of worries will arise in our hearts. But we must face and resolve these problems wisely without torturing ourselves or attachments. We must learn to let go of these pains and worries. Just like a few black spots on a white wall, if our eyes keep staring at them, darkness will occupy our vision. When our minds cling to hardships, our emotions will be fixed on certain fragments of life. No matter how unbearable life is at the moment, we must learn to accept it and make changes wisely. Believe in the power of your mind. Believe that tomorrow will be brighter. All of this is the darkness before dawn. Happy people are not free from pain, but rather they are not affected by pain. The pain the COVID-19 pandemic has brought us is always us, but we shouldn't be trapped in panic. Rather, we must face it, accept the reality of its existence, treating the pandemic for what it is, but not cling to it. When you let go of the psychological burden, your mood will improve. This Christmas holiday, learn to cut out the complex and simplify. Learn to reflect internal light and open a dialogue with the soul. Even though COVID-19 reaches this holiday season, we can still make our lives bloom more beautiful because of our spiritual abundance. The harm the pandemic has brought to the world gives us a chance to stop and reflect. Is there a deep cause and effect behind the severe pandemic in the US? The US is the world's largest economy and military power. The kindness and love of Americans have also benefited many people in the past few hundred years. But why in recent times have various problems in the US frequently appeared and people's lives have become increasingly difficult? Many people are not afraid and take to the street to demonstrate risking injury and even death. Why? Because if people don't feel this, intimidation doesn't work. As Buddhists, we hope to nourish all lives with compassion and love. In our hearts, there is no difference between nationality or race, animals or plants. All beings have experience, and we will take care of them all. praying that each life can live out his or her own beauty. In many previous videos, I have urged leaders of all countries to govern their nations with love and put people's lives and happiness first. But even if I speak the most universal truth, these leaders will not hear it. Chinese psychologist Wang Yangming has talked about the unity of knowing and doing. In fact, knowing and doing are one. These leaders don't act because they don't really understand. I hope that through my constant appeals, one day these leaders will change their behavior instead of only paying lip service to peace. As human beings, we are prone to thinking the world revolves around us. We put ourselves on the opposite side of everything, making the other our enemy. But when we correctly recognize the equality of all things, that people and objects exist in symbiosis rather than as opposites, when we regard all beings amicably, then all beings will become our friends. This is especially true between people. National and racial differences have been artificially established by humans to create opposition that produces confrontation, violence, and war. If we plant the seeds of injustice today, the universe will give us the better fruit of injustice tomorrow. Remember that every human life is precious and equal. People who love and love in return, and the ones who bless others are themselves blessed. Karma is true and real, so you must remember it. As this new year approaches, I advise my online friends to be more virtuous and to help relatives and friends. Just as a nice storyteller rises from the soil, good deeds, though small, gather like sand into a mountain. Give someone a rose to leave a lingering fragrance in your hand. To help others is a pleasure. In this way, you will definitely reap a happy and meaningful life. Thank you all for your time.